Today, I am talking with three folks who make a big difference at the Bainbridge Island Senior Community Center. Leah Villaviray and Helen Heaslip and Sue Schaeffer. I'm going to change your name there, Sue, so that people know you're not Tom, but your husband,
Oh,
Tom, is
please.
near at hand. So what we're going to talk a little bit about today are the programs that these women lead and organize at the Senior Center for exercise and fitness. And so I'm just going to go around the Zoom room and ask you each to talk a little bit about what kinds of programs you have conducted at the center. Sue, do you want to start?
Sure. So I am doing the men's flexibility, and it's a wonderful program, especially for the men, because they're very comfortable being among their peers rather than a co-ed class. So what we do, which is wonderful, is we do a lot of healthy breathing, which quiets your body and your mind and your emotions. From there, we go into good stretching, stretch the whole body from fingers to toes. And then we begin to do some postures, strong postures that are yoga postures. And then we work on standing, which is really important. How to get out of a chair, back on a chair, how to balance, to use your feet, to use your body, to use your breath in every kind of emotion you're doing, whatever. And then we come into relaxation, which is very nice. Some of the gentlemen get on the floor. They have a cushion for their heads. We have something to cover their eyes. Very, very comfortable. Others just sit in the chair, close their eyes also. And that begins to take us into nice relaxation. Then we get ready for meditation. And then we do a sweet ending. And we share our feelings. And it's a great program for the men. So I recommend men come on and join.
All right. So you've been doing that online on Wednesdays
Yes.
for quite a while now. And before that, you would meet at the Senior Center, and we look forward to the time when you will
Oh, yeah.
again do that. And you also have had a couple of other classes over the years that we've
Oh,
worked
yeah.
together.
Well, we did face yoga. That was a lot of fun, where you're working on the muscles of your face and the neck and breathing, and also yoga postures that strengthen the face and your body and keeping you in good health. That was basically all women. The men didn't join that one. What else did I do there? I think that's about it, the two classes. Yeah.
And
So,
Leah, why don't you tell us a little bit about a program that you and Kitsap Physical Therapy have been running at the center and now doing online, SAIL, Stay Active for Independent Living.
Yeah, so I teach SAIL, the Stay Active and Independent for Life. It is a 1-hour class. It covers strength, balance, just a fitness program for those 65 and older. It is evidence-based, so performing these exercises does help prevent falling. And yeah, I mean, I start with class with the warm-up, and then we go into aerobics, so I get the heart rate up, and then we go into balance, and then strength, and then we do a little cool down relaxation. And it's a fun class. I enjoy doing it. I've been doing it for 2 years now, I believe. And
Yep.
when we were doing it at the Senior Center, it's just so fun. We have music blasting, the seniors are enjoying it, and it is really good to see the progress when they first started to how many months, years that they've been coming. So it's been a great program.
And obviously that was disrupted by COVID. And so you've been generously trying to do this class
Online.
a couple times a week online.
So right now I'm doing it Mondays and Fridays, 1:30 to 2:30. I'm doing it through Google Meet. So unfortunately that doesn't work for everyone. Like you have to have a Google or Gmail account to go on. But for the most part, I've been getting like 6 to 8 participants. So it's been good.
Yeah. And that's a fraction of what you were getting before.
Yeah.
But but on the other hand, we have a Helen here, who I'm about to go to, has been doing a class, and she doesn't really know how many people she gets because she's been sending it out on emails. And we have a long list of people who are interested, and then we can see how many of them actually show up, which I guess is a little bit like exercise in every walk of life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Helen, tell us a little bit about your programs.
So I teach a gentle movement class and a gentle stretch class. So the gentle movement is a combination of breath and dance, stretch, and then we use weights to work the whole body, and we do a cool down and also breathing at the end. The breathing at the end came about because the members asked for it. You know, I had it little, and then they were like, oh, can you just extend that a little bit more? And I just realized how important it is. And you kind of mentioned that, Sue, how important it is just to everybody relax and chill before leaving the class. And then the gentle stretch focuses more on breath work and stretching, using the core muscles with the breath to work the whole body. And then using the body's own weight to strengthen bones rather than actually using weights. And then obviously these have been online now for a while. So I've been creating videos, and then thank you, Reed, you've been sending them out to the members. And then we've been adapting them, you know, just to reflect kind of what's going on. So with the smoke, I changed the classes up a little bit, you know, because I just thought I didn't want people to be working out too hard. Or potentially not working out too hard, you know, in spaces that may be not totally smoke-free. And we've also moved gentle stretch to outside on Tuesdays and Wednesdays now. We've been able to do that since phase 2. And so we have, everybody's masked, but that seems to work fine. And we have 4 or 5 students on yoga mats.
And we are working with the city and the emergency folks to get a sense of what would be safe in terms of using Huney Hall again.
Okay.
It looks like, based on the current guidance, with proper ventilation, we could have probably 4 students plus an instructor, which is, you know, not ideal because some of your classes were bigger than that. But I do feel as though, especially when we start to get into the fall months, it will be nice to have some alternatives for all of us. And the getting together to exercise is obviously what makes a motivating factor, as well as something that makes it a lot of fun for people. So it's hard to sit in front of your screen and do the stretches, no matter how much you might want to do it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we'll just try to keep that going and look at ways that we might be able to include some in-person safe activities as part of the programs that all of you are doing, insofar as you and your clients feel safe about doing that. I'd like to talk just a little bit before we go about obviously there's a lot of research, if we didn't know already, about the importance of staying active as we age. Leah talked a little bit about fall prevention, and this actually, September is Fall Prevention Month. And so this is a good topic to touch on, and exercise and balance is a wonderful way, in addition to making sure you don't have loose rugs and cords across your room, or troublesome steps outside your front door, to keep yourself from falling, to be able to have the balance to recover from a near fall. Are there any, well, you can speak to that, but also if any of you have any other observations about the importance and the sort of unique aspects of continuing to exercise and be active as our age increases.
Well, what I've noticed is that the balancing is very important, how to get up and down. And what I do in class is I teach how to safely get on the floor, not necessarily falling, but how to then get up. How do you then pick your body, which is heavy, up, and using supports, chairs, a wall, whatever is necessary, but to use your feet. And what I've noticed is that my students really progress when they could just lift their arms a little bit. All of a sudden their bodies are moving, and it's all with breathing. And so it's really important that we stay fit so that we don't break bones, that we're comfortable in our body, most of all. So I find this senior center to be a gift, a definite gift, including you, Reed.
Yeah, I'd second everything that you're saying. Yes, that because exactly that, the more that you feel in control of yourself, and that you'll gain the strength by going to the classes and using the breath work, and then discovering actually how much easier everything is if you're using the core, keeping the feet flexible and really using them. And then as much as you can, keeping the spine flexible, that if you do happen to fall, you'll fall more safely because you'll know how to do it. And then you'll also be able to help yourself back up.
Right. It's almost like you bounce.
Yeah. And then the breath work is so important as well. I'd agree with that, because then it just also, there's that of learning of how to calm your breath down. You know, if something happens that makes you, you know, that you do fall and you really are adrenalized, you can learn. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree with everything. And also not just exercising for physical reasons, also mentally it helps all the seniors. You know, there have been some that come in and say like they've been really down, and coming to class every day has been helping them just be around people, seeing us, and it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do think that we're doing our best with the Google Meets and the Zooms, but yes, that contact, everything we can do to stay in contact. And the other thing that I think it was Sue mentioned was the idea of being in touch with your body. And I think that that's something that as we age, we might kind of grow out of. When we were young and, you know, more athletic, perhaps, did more, felt more at ease with our bodies. And it's important to not lose that connection.
Yeah, and also to remember that it doesn't matter what age you are, you can actually get fitter and stronger.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And then mentally, it just gives you that, you know, it's so helpful. Yeah. And I think the senior center also too has really, I mean, is such an amazing place. I think Sue, you said that too. Just the friendships that people have created, and I know that they're still going on and helping and supporting, even though we actually can't really see each other that much, or like we used to. You know, there used to be so many little coffees before or after my classes that used to happen. But yet I still hear, you know, I get emails and I still hear that things are going on. You know. Yeah.
A very safe atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And that's exactly what our classes are all about. You could be any age, you can have any body, whatever it is, skinny, big, whatever. And you can join a class and you just do what you can do. And it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for taking a few minutes to talk about that. And thank you for your continued work with seniors in our community. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for your support. Yeah.